Electro and Banno Movie Power Hour. You know what? Where's Hawk at? Listener discretion advised. Hands in.
Welcome to the Electro and Banno Movie Power Hour. I am Electro, of course.
Yo, what up? This is Banno.
And we are back again with another exciting edition of the Movie Power Hour. We cover movies here, of course, old and new. Sometimes we'll run through the classics. Sometimes we'll talk chick flicks. But, you know, we like to keep current, too. And there's one movie right now that's kind of taken over the summer that isn't Inside Out 2, and that is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were talking about in our last episode, we were talking about how we thought movie theaters were dying for a little bit there, and Inside Out 2 came and did good money, and then Deadpool and Wolverine came in, and it's been doing really good too, and it's a rated R movie.
Yep.
It's not a movie that's made for fucking a bunch of children. People, not a bunch of parents being forced to take their children to go see it.
Right, right.
This is straight, vulgar, fucking good time. What movies used to be, kind of, but not really. Because this is a pretty weird movie. It's a pretty weird movie to be making the amount of money that it's making. This is a weird one. This is a weird one. I mean, I know there's been similar movies, but this is I don't know if there's even been a movie like this. Like, it's so fucking meta. So much fan service. The more you know about movies and what's going on with movie studios and shit like that, the more you get and understand this film. You have to be pretty well versed into this shit to get all of the references in this film. And there is a lot. Like, I wonder, like, this movie's making so much money. I wonder if all these kids that are watching these movies get half of the fucking references that this movie's making. Because at the end of the day, Deadpool and Wolverine is almost like a love letter to the comic book movies of old.
Right.
To the comic book movies that had to fucking crawl or whatever so that Marvel could then come along or like DC or like Christopher Nolan come and like perfect them or make these billion-dollar things. Right. Make this giant fucking empire. The comic book movie just took over cinema for well over a decade now. And it all started with the movies that this movie's like paying tribute to, which was what I really fucking enjoyed about this movie. Like, it was a love letter to the old, cheesy, fucking some good, some bad fucking comic book movies that we had to sit through in the early 2000s that were, you know, paving the road for all the fucking spoils that now we have had. We've had some fucking tremendous fucking comic book movies. Right. And none of that shit would have happened if fucking X-Men hadn't been a fucking hit back in 2000, bro. And even going back to Blade in, like, I think that was 1998 or 1997. Wow. And it's fantastic that this movie is as good as it is. In one of our recent episodes, you were talking about how you've barely watched the Deadpool movies. Like, they're nothing to you.
Yeah, straight up.
And
especially part 2.
Part 2 is good. I still like it. Josh Brolin, dog.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's definitely the weakest of the 3, but I like it. Part 1's good, and part 3 is very good, but it's a weird movie. It's going so much into like the making of these films and the actors involved and the studios and what worked, what didn't work, what never happened. It's a fascinating fucking piece of filmmaking right here that was directed by Sean Levy, of course. But yeah, he's been making films with Ryan Reynolds. They've been collaborating a lot. He directed this film. He also helped write it along with Ryan Reynolds and 3 other fuckers. Now, this movie, of course, stars Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson again. Finally, he convinced Hugh Jackman to come out of retirement as Wolverine. Come back and give us all, like... I mean, we got a fucking badass Wolverine movie with Logan. That movie was fucking awesome. And it was a perfect ending to his story. But it's good to see Wolverine in a... Because the X-Men movies, as silly as they could be, they were taking themselves seriously.
Right.
This movie does not take itself seriously.
No.
It's taking a piss on the character and, like, whatever. Again, it's like a big love letter to him. Like, you know, as much as X-Men is owed, you know, for the success of the comic book movie, fucking so is Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Because if he hadn't have crushed it that fucking hard at being Wolverine, who knows, you know? Who
Dude,
the hell
I watched
knows?
part 1 the other day too. Well, the first part, the better half of part 1.
You didn't watch it all?
No.
Jesus.
No. And
It's good.
it's fucking awesome. Hugh Jackman crushes it.
I remember watching in the movie theater and being like, I mean, just how the excitement that we were getting an X-Men movie, you know? It's like, fuck, like, this is going to be sick. And we knew none of those actors, other than Patrick Stewart, who I was like, he's in that boring Star Trek show that I never fucking watched any of. But I would see it on TV and I'm like, this show looks so fucking boring. This bald fucking bastard in this fucking sweater is just sitting behind the desk talking shit.
Right.
Everybody's just talking. What? Like, no. Like, it was like a fucking court show to me or something. Like, I don't fucking like this. I'm not interested in this. But he did look like Professor X. I'll give you that.
Look great on a wheelchair.
So he's the only recognizable person in this movie, right? Back then.
Right.
Now a lot of these people like go on to have great careers, make great movies. But back then, I didn't know who the fuck these people. I don't know who the fuck Halle Berry was.
Right.
I didn't know who fucking Cyclops was.
He's great too.
He's great. He's done some fantastic work since being Cyclops. Why wasn't he in fucking Deadpool and Wolverine? That's now, you know what? Now I'm a little pissed.
Bro, if they bring yeah.
What? Why not?
Fully suited Cyclops, it would be epic.
What the fuck, man?
Bro.
Next one, it better be Deadpool, Wolverine, and Cyclops.
Yeah.
Because as much as I do love those X-Men movies, fucking Cyclops always got the short end of the fucking stick.
Right.
Because he's like barely in them. He's such a wasted character. And he was always my favorite as a little kid. Like fucking Cyclops was the shit.
Right.
Laser eyes. Fucking bodied up in laser eyes.
Handsome.
Come on, that hair.
Yeah.
Everyone, you know, in the beginning when they're all running, his hair is just
flowing. You're right.
Fucking cuts through the air like a fucking samurai sword, buddy.
Like laser eyes, dude.
But yeah, it's too bad he's not in this movie. But so much is owed to Mr. Jackman. And, you know, I don't know. Like, I guess Ryan Reynolds has been fucking begging him to do a Deadpool movie with him for a long time. It finally happened after Hugh Jackman comes out and says that he's officially retired the character on the advice of Jerry Seinfeld, of all fucking people.
Wow.
Jerry Seinfeld pulled him aside and was like, Hugh, hey, I loved it. Don't do it again. It was a great way to end the character. No. You know. He pulled him aside and Jackman listened to him. He's like, look, I had a very fucking deep talk with Jerry Seinfeld. He called me up.
Yeah.
He called me up. He told me.
The ultimate Jewish
He told
influence on any actor.
He told me, hey, you were really good. You were really good as Logan. Yes, Logan. Don't do it again. You're never gonna top it. And you fucking listen to him. He's like, oh, all right, mate.
All right.
And it's like, no, I'm retired. I retired Logan. Logan died.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I'm doing. I don't know what that
it's
is.
a little English, a little Beatles, but it's okay.
The Beatles.
The four Beatles.
The four Beatles.
But yeah, I mean, if anyone's gonna convince anyone, it's Ryan Reynolds, especially with his success too. Not only as Deadpool, but like, you know, the whole soccer shit, the fucking Mint Mobile. He's got other ventures that are
fucking gin.
You know, it's all successful for this man, and he can pull some shit like this. It's pretty awesome. And Hugh Jackman, I mean, even from the beginning, from the first X-Men, he was great. So
Fantastic.
I don't expect anything less. You know what I mean?
And he's played Wolverine like I don't know how many fucking times. I think it was between like him and Robert Downey as to the. I think Robert Downey maybe played Iron Man more times than Hugh Jackman, but I don't know if they're tied or they're getting there. But I mean, with all the X-Men movies he's been in, and then there's been 3 standalone Logan movies.
He did the cameo in the last one too, right?
He was in every one of them, even the ones that didn't
have him in
it. He would like X-Men First Class.
That one.
He has a cameo where they come to recruit him, and he tells him to fuck off. And part 2 stars him again, and then part 3 he has that scene as Weapon X Wolverine. Yeah, so even the movies that aren't about him have had him in them. And then wait, maybe is he in Dark Phoenix? Maybe he's not in Dark Phoenix.
I don't think so. That was a dark one too. I didn't rewatch that.
We're the only Dark Phoenix fans out there. We watched it after when everyone was saying how bad it was. We watched it. We were like, I liked it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I remember like a year or 2 later, I fucking made Lalo and Lily watch it. And I was like, everyone talk shit about it, but I think we're all going to sit down and you're going to see that Dark Phoenix is actually pretty good. And like halfway into it, they were like, what the fuck are you talking about? This movie sucks. And I'm like, shut up. It's good.
Watch. It's coming.
Michael Fassbender has a pretty good fucking train scene in this film.
Very good fucking. I love that.
Fucking
scene.
Crushing people in a train. Very nice. It was worth it.
Yes, it was.
But yeah, who else stars in this movie? Emma Corrin as Cassandra Nova, Charles Xavier's evil twin in another fucking universe, Matthew McFadden as Mr. Paradox, and Daphne Keane as Laura fucking returning from Logan. You've never seen Logan, right? You're
just the beginning, bro.
You're a sick fuck?
Yeah, I know.
Why?
I don't know. And I think I need to do it because I think he gave an awesome performance. Being that in this movie, they couldn't stop talking about it. And I mean, like how you say, if it's truly that love letter, not only to those comic book movies, but to Hugh Jackman, it's kind of like the thing too, like, hey, I had to beg this fucking guy. Now he's going to get it nonstop, like of me telling him what a great guy he was.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, because it's like a Hugh Jackman quitting being Wolverine after that movie is like a fucking like a undefeated fighter like quitting while he's like undefeated, you know? He's like, I could keep going and maybe lose, or I could stop right here in this high water mark.
Right.
So that's why he fucking was reluctant to do it, you know?
Yeah, that's where Joaquin was like, I'll do it. I don't care.
Joaquin?
Joker 2. I'll do Joker 2.
Ooh, the reviews.
What are you talking about? What are you saying?
The reviews are out for Joker 2.
Hey, why are you listening and watching reviews for, dude? Why are you reading that shit? No? Is it Gaga's fault?
I mean, I'm sure she's not helping.
Oh, no.
I saw, I went to go watch Beetlejuice 2 last night, and there was a new Joker 2 trailer there. Remember how a while back they were saying it was going to be a musical?
A musical?
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't hear that?
No, I didn't.
So when they announced Joker 2, when they announced it officially, they were like, we're making Joker 2. It's going to be a musical. Lady Gaga's in it.
Right.
And I was like, there's no fucking way that this is going to be a musical. Like why do they not want money?
Right.
And, you know, the first couple trailers came out. I mean, you could kind of see how maybe it has some musical numbers in it.
Okay, sure.
But
like Star is Born type shit.
Sure, but like maybe musicals, a little far-fetched.
Right.
This other trailer had a lot of singing in it. And I was like, what the fuck are you, like, why? Why are you going this way? I don't know how I feel about Joker 2, man. I don't know how I'm liking the direction they're taking this stuff.
Well, what if that's the intention, though? What if?
Yeah, it could be an intention. Doesn't make it good.
No, I mean, like, for them to be like, okay, you're already expecting greatness, right? Because he did such a great job.
Undeniably, like, whatever. Like, I really liked that movie. I like it less and less as time goes by. But his performance is undeniable. He was great in it.
Right. It's like, I'm scared. Yeah, I'm scared watching all these movies. I went scared to go watch this Deadpool movie, even though I love Hugh Jackman as well. But I don't really take Ryan Reynolds that serious in this superhero raunchy bullshit. We gotta do it. We gotta watch it. We gotta commit to this. And it's awesome that Jackman said he's down because, yeah, I do like those movies. And him as an actor, too. He's fucking great.
He's great.
Funny.
And, like, gives way more of a serious and good performance than this movie deserves.
Right.
Like, there's parts where he's, like, you know, you're like, oh, fuck, am I getting a little emotional right now because of Jackman? Like, because he's fucking selling it.
He
like,
looks
he's
so
like
good.
he's trying to win an Oscar.
Yeah.
Like, the parts where he's, like, you know, regretful about whatever tortured past he has and he's confronting it. You see that he's, at that point, he's not giving an ominous, silly movie performance.
Right.
He's fucking going for it.
Right.
And it's like, all right, well, you're going to get that if you get Hugh.
Right.
You know?
He is the greatest showman. Just saying. He's the greatest.
He's the Prestige, buddy. He's,
you're right.
What's his name in that movie?
Is it Angier?
Angier. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
but is it possibly Angier? Did I guess it right?
Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, him and Batman dueled it out. So, if you really want to see it,
Hugh Jackman performance.
It's that one. That's a great performance.
Yeah, you're right.
So, go watch The Prestige. We have a whole episode on that movie. Go listen to it. All right, let's get to this. It's released on July 26, 2024. It has an 8 out of 10 on IMDb. 78% Rotten Tomatoes score, but a whopping 95 audience score.
Of course.
Look at this fucking whopper of a fucking budget. $200 million.
100 of that's for Hugh.
I know.
For sure.
Bring him out of retirement.
Yeah, of course. 100 on the contract.
Like, all right, I'll do it. All right, we'll do it.
Fine, we will lead.
But who will lead? And opening weekend, U.S. and Canada, $211 million.
Damn.
Incredible. It made its giant budget back in its first weekend.
Yeah.
Last year, we were talking about how Disney had like 2 hits and nothing but flops. The Little Mermaid fucking flopped right like to death right in the sun.
Cooked.
Water. Yeah. It lost more money than any studio has ever lost in a year in the history of fucking filmmaking. That was Disney last year. And we're all talking, fuck, is Disney dead? Is Marvel dead? Because even like their animated films, right? Like those weren't making the money they were once making. So we were not expecting for Inside Out 2 to come in and fucking make 1.6.
Fuck yeah.
And now Deadpool and Wolverine, as of today, we are in September 6th. It's made $1.267 billion. So we'll see. So now Disney has the 2 biggest movies of the year. It's got the Mufasa movie coming out, I think, at the end of this year.
Is it Mufasa or is it Simba?
It's Mufasa.
Oh,
Mufasa. I saw the trailer. I went to go. I actually saw Deadpool and Wolverine in IMAX.
Okay.
Had a weekend off and went on a little trip and decided to go. I had already seen it, but I went to go watch it in IMAX. So there was a trailer for the Mufasa movie in IMAX. It's a prequel about Mufasa growing up or whatever and being boys, him and Scar, who he's not Scar in this movie. He has like a different name or some shit.
Before the Scar, huh?
Exactly. So the Lion King, the live action version made like, I don't know how much over, like 1.5 or it barely, Inside Out 2 barely beat it. It was like the number 9 highest grossing movie of all time, and now it's Inside Out 2.
Right.
But we got Mufasa coming later this year, so I don't know if it'll repeat that shit from The Lion King if people are interested in Mufasa's tail.
I think,
and I mean that as a lion tail,
right.
not a story.
Young tail.
When we were watching it, I was the only one with the balls in that movie theater to go, Mufasa.
Wow.
How you gonna fucking see a whole trailer that's all Mufasa?
Right.
And not go Mufasa.
Yeah.
Someone had to do it.
Right.
Yeah, so U.S. and Canada, $516 million. Worldwide, 1.2. Nice fucking numbers. We'll see. I mean, Inside Out 2 is still playing in movie theaters. I don't know how long Deadpool and Wolverine's legs are going to be, if they're going to be as long as Inside Out 2's.
Right.
Because it opened, like I said, number 1. Twisters was right under it. Despicable Me 4 was under that. Inside Out 2 was number 4. Still on there. Hey, Longlegs was number 5.
Dude, fuck yeah.
We'll talk about Longlegs on another episode. Fucking loved that movie. Did you love that movie?
Dude, that movie is awesome, bro.
Loved it. Some people don't like that movie.
People are fucking crazy.
I was talking to our cousin Chavalo about it the other day when we were all hanging out. And he was telling me how he like loved like the first 2 acts in the build-up, but how he really disliked the 3rd act. And I was like, I guess I could see your point. Like, it is kind of not the ending that you might want or whatever. But so I could see your point. There's people out there saying fucking Longlegs is so good, and there's people out there saying fuck Longlegs, it's boring and stupid. And I'm like, damn, like I don't see it. This is definitely a slow movie. It's turning into a fucking
Longlegs.
Sorry, Emma.
We will talk about it though.
We will.
We got some devilish.
Yeah,
we got some devilish shit coming up.
Yeah, but Deadpool and Wolverine, super successful. So watching it in IMAX, that was like, you didn't have to see that movie in IMAX, but it was really cool to just the big fucking scope of it, seeing in that giant fucking screen. It starts off. Does it start off with him? He's trying to get into the Avengers or something. You get Jon Favreau in there as Happy Hogan.
Right.
It's one of the Marvel fucking characters, because that's the big thing. That's what this whole movie's about. Disney fucking bought Fox. It now owns the fucking X-Men.
Right.
That's why none of these characters were ever in the old MCU movies. Now they can be. And they make fun of it in this movie.
So many times.
When he goes and gets him the first time, he's like, welcome to the MCU. He's like, you're joining kind of at a low point, you know? Right. And the fact that this movie trashes Disney and Fox.
Right.
I don't know. It was great. It was great to see him. Like when they bring him in, that scene where he goes off and grabs a camera and he's like, fuck you, Fox. Yeah. Like, I'm going to fucking Disneyland, bitch. Like, and like, you know, see, it's really funny. He's like, oh, I'm going to be the savior of the MCU. I'm Marvel Jesus. Right. Basically coming in and fixing this shit because for the last couple of years, people have turned on Marvel.
Right.
And
he's the savior. He
saved it.
Yeah.
He fucking saved
it.
The
Messiah. That's who he is.
He saved it. And that's what's who knew that fucking Ryan Reynolds was gonna come and
bodied. You know what I'm saying?
And I was scared in our last episode talking about the writers' strike. So this movie was going into production like during the writers' strike, and they were still going forward, but they were like, we're gonna film what's written already. So they essentially were not allowed to improvise, which I'm pretty sure these movies
Require
probably
a
have
level.
a good amount of improv in it from Ryan Reynolds, because Deadpool just says a bunch of stuff in these movies, and I'm sure that he riffs. So I was worried when I read that. I was like, ah, shit. Like, so they're just gonna stick to the script, and that's that. You know,
And
hopefully what they wrote was good.
Right.
But then I think the actors' strike happened, and then they had to stop, and so maybe it benefited from that, because, I mean, if none of this shit was improv, then they wrote good jokes.
Right.
Because this movie's fucking funny, man. It's really good, and they start off right off the bat with, you know, introducing him with Happy Hogan. He's trying to get into the Avengers, and I guess that's his arc in the movie. He essentially wants to have a meaning,
purpose,
or be relevant or helpful or whatever. He doesn't just want to be, you know, the merc with the mouth, as he's known.
Right.
And after that, you get the desecration of the dead Wolverine from Logan. So, you know, when everybody's talking about how he didn't want to come back because of that performance, it would like undermine that movie and that whole performance. They start off with it like immediately, address it immediately and perfectly. I think like
behind a NSYNC song.
They bite it, and it fucking works, and it's fucking good.
Yeah.
And he's like doing all of the choreography from the music video in the background or whatever. It cuts to him doing all of those ridiculous moves, which really calls out like how fucking stupid like all that shit was, you know?
But also respecting JT. Just saying.
Yeah. And also just killing all these fucking people like gruesomely too, and really stylistically creative deaths. The part where he puts on the claws and he just starts fucking really ripping through people.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then he throws one into somebody's asshole and then somebody in the dick, and then he can't get him out. And they're just like, God, like, just kill us. And he's just like, I'm stuck. Good ass shit.
You know what? Going into that movie too, I'm telling you, you know me again with Deadpool, and sure, I love X-Men, but I thought it would be later. It gets going pretty fucking fast. But watching it, we watched this movie in Soledad in their bigger auditorium, and it has 4 seats up front. So the 4th seat furthest back from the front, it gives you that like complete periph view. Like, so we were able to grab the center, and it was a packed room. And I don't know about you and how you feel about this, but like I've been seeing like a bunch of like screenings of Beetlejuice, and people who are like fanatics and they go dressed up, you know, they go hard on that. Do you ever want to participate?
No.
In that? No, not once.
Like you're saying, like go dressed as Deadpool or something?
Well, not to that extreme, but like to be into the movie as like, yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, I think
because some people really do have, like, for example, all the Star Wars shit and, you know, these horror films and stuff like that. Beetlejuice, primarily now since it just came out, is extremely relevant. There's tons of coverage on that where people are like geeking out on the character. Where this could have totally been that too, but we went to an auditorium where people were excited to watch a movie, not a Wolverine, fucking Deadpool movie. So like people's reactions like, oh, like when the dick, the ass shit, and people were really involved. Dude, my girl and I were in the center of this furthest back front row, and we're laughing our ass off, just having. And this is the start of the movie, so I think like that really set the easy tone into such a fucking gory, nutty movie,
right?
And it makes you, again, you don't go to movies too often where people speaking or enjoying themselves doesn't come across as annoying,
right?
You know?
Yeah, this is, especially if you go like in the first week or two,
right?
It's new. Like right now, this movie's already been out. It's been out since July, you know, so it's been out almost a month and a half or something.
Mm-hmm.
So by now, everybody knows all the spoilers, all the cameos, like everything.
Right.
When people didn't know, and if like me, I was trying so fucking hard not watch the fucking trailers. I got one spoiled. So I got one spoiled because of a fucking picture, an article that I did not like ask for.
Wow,
Nothing.
you didn't seek it, huh?
On Google, on my feed, just going down. Maybe 2 days before the movie opens, I see a picture of Ryan Reynolds like hugging Wesley Snipes.
Right.
And immediately I put it together and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like Blade's gonna
God
be
damn
in
it. Yeah.
And I was like, shit. Like, I mean, that's cool, but like now I know Blade's gonna be in the movie. Now I'm just waiting for Blade to show up. But luckily, nothing else got spoiled for me.
That's good.
I figured that X-23 from Logan, the little girl, was gonna be in it. It wasn't confirmed, and I think they even like asked her like somewhere if she was in the movie, and she said no. You know, so it was like under wraps, but still, like that one was expected. But fantastic when fucking Chris Evans shows up and Deadpool thinks he's Captain America, and suddenly he's just flame on.
Yeah, he's gonna say it. Flame on.
And like, do you remember those Fantastic Four movies?
I remember watching them and not liking it at all.
So those movies came out when we were pretty young. I think we were like in middle school, maybe reaching high school. I don't know what year. I don't want to look it up right now because our internet is slow. But it must have been like 2005, 2004.
You think so?
I don't know.
That far back?
I don't know. Fuck.
We don't have to. We can. But yeah, when that happened, I knew what was going on. You know, I'm like, yeah, that's really funny.
When was it? Rise of the Silver Surfer was 2007. That was part 2. Where the fuck's the other one? Oh, 2005.
Okay.
Hey, I got it,
Okay, you're
homie.
good. Wow. That's crazy, bro.
So I remember that movie came out. I didn't watch it in the movie theater, but you bought it and I watched it because you let me borrow it. And it was kind of like the first time where, you know, I enjoyed the X-Men movies. I think when Daredevil came out, it was looked at pretty poorly immediately, but I watched it and I was like, I don't see what people don't like about it. I still enjoyed it as a child, you know?
Right.
I actually rewatched that one, not like right after Deadpool, because you know my girl hadn't seen it, and I was like, "Dude, you're missing out on some good shit." Like Van Affleck and red leather the whole time running around.
Right.
They have one of the dumbest, like meet cute flirting fights in a playground for some reason.
Wow.
There's some great shit in that film that it's like, oh my god, like.
Wow.
Again, how I was saying, like these movies had to fucking crawl so that so that
Something
you wouldn't
like
get
this.
things in this movie if that other movie didn't exist. As much as it was ridiculed and whatever when it came out, some stuff like this movie, I'm not saying it wouldn't have been possible, but that this version of this movie wouldn't be, you know, and it's all you got to give it up to your fucking boy Affleck. To fucking AJ himself.
Wow.
He fucking saved us and you know it.
No,
dude.
he didn't save us.
Yeah, he did.
No.
Harry pushed him into the elevator, bro. He was ready to do the job.
Yeah, no. It was Harry who.
We'll get into our Armageddon episode.
I'm surprised we haven't. We just rewatched that.
Fucking great, isn't it?
God damn it.
Isn't that movie hilarious?
It's so great.
Such a good time.
It is a good time.
Yeah, what was it saying? Oh, Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, yeah.
And so I work with these young kids, right? And you know, they're like in their early 20s. And they were talking about Fantastic Four, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that movie's awesome." And I was like, "Fantastic Four is one of the worst fucking movies ever." And like I was telling you, that was one of the first times that I watched it, a comic book movie. So 2005, I was like 16 or 17, so I was already in high school. But that was the first time where I was like, "Hey, that sucks." Right? Like, Like, that was bad all around. I didn't like anybody in this movie. If anything, maybe Chris Evans popped a little bit more than the rest of them. He had some enthusiasm or some shit.
Right.
But fucking Chickless as the Thing, I fucking hated.
Yeah, I didn't like
Thing.
that. Yeah, I didn't like that.
And some of my coworkers or my employees are like all defending this movie to me. I was like, what? Like, no. I was like, it's awful. Like, the Thing, his wife leaves him for like, it's a whole arc.
Right.
His wife leaves him because he's a rock now, right? She won't stand by his man, just like they wouldn't stand by Josh Hartnett in Trap.
Right.
But and then I was telling him, I was like, that's his arc in the movies. Like, his wife leaves him, thinks it's a monster, and at the end, I remember him having like 2 chicks or something, or a chick, and he's like, oh, you know what? It's not so bad being the fuck. I was like, what?
Right.
That's what you fucking.
That's all I care
the
about.
Message.
Yeah.
You lost your marriage and family and the woman you love, but it's all good because there's hoes.
Yeah. I'm a rock.
She likes it.
Yeah, I'm rock solid.
Yeah, that movie was terrible. And you know, it's one of and they made 2 of those. I wonder how much money they made. It's for another day. Maybe we'll do some Fantastic Four episodes.
Might call for it.
But the fact that it brings that character back and actually like makes it good. Chris Evans, since he stopped doing Captain America and like with the exception of Knives Out, has been doing bullshit.
Right.
And half of it's all streaming stuff, so I'm never going to watch it anyway. He's made some Netflix movies, some Apple movies, some shows, stuff like that. I read the reviews. They're like bad. The movies he's making are bad, and they're all these streaming fucking projects. Listen to our last episode if you want to hear what I think about the streaming. Yeah, and then when I went to go watch Alien, did you see the trailer for the Santa Claus movie that he's going to be in?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
The Rock and Chris Evans and then
What's it called? The Red Man?
Red One, I think.
Red One. The Red One.
Not the Red One. It's just called Red One.
Red One.
Like a code name, Red One.
No, it's the big red fucker over there.
Yeah. So
I forgot. I think I purposely tried to forget that.
I don't know what the fuck is happening with the world, man. But yeah, so it was awesome to see him in this movie and to pop. He was funny.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking like it was good to see him like being something that I enjoyed again. Because, you know, I never really liked him that much as Captain America anyway.
Yeah, same here.
He didn't win me over until, like, Infinity War.
Right.
But before that, I was like, fuck this
Give
guy.
2 fucks. Fuck him.
It's good to see him in this shit, fucking delivering jokes and fucking being vulgar.
Super vulgar. Gets a great death, too. Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. Yeah, and it's fun to see that Disney's willing to take that character, the Fantastic Four character, and skin him alive.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
I love the joke too, where because Logan's like, "What the hell?" You just like got him killed. He's like, "Do you know what he was doing to the budget? Like he had to go, bro."
Yeah,
I love that shit.
That is good.
That joke, or like, so when Deadpool and Wolverine first fight, which they have a couple of pretty awesome fights in this film.
Yes,
they first fight in where I guess they throw things away,
the limbo realm.
Like not in the multiverse. People that I don't know fuck up or are fuck ups in their universe get thrown into this garbage world,
right?
And they have their first fight. And you see the 20th century
popping out of the sand.
It's like right there, buried and dead.
Yeah.
You know, it's carcass.
Yeah.
And they're fighting in front of it. And it's just like, damn. And then, you know, I loved that they bring those first X-Men movie characters back right there. You see Sabretooth.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Toad and Pyro. And
yeah.
and they're like all in their Mad Max gear, and he's just like, "Wait a minute, like what the hell? Like we're gonna get sued? Like we're crossing franchises over here." Because he literally has the 4 motorcycle chariot, like Chris Hemsworth has in the new Furiosa movie.
Right.
And he even kind of looks like long-haired with a beard. I was like, what the fuck?
They got him?
And then I like how they tease it. He's like, oh, like this is what you guys have been waiting for the last 20 years. And then he just like kills him right away.
One strike.
I was kind of a little, I mean, as funny as that moment was, I was like, I was kind of bummed that they didn't give him like a little fight, get towed in there. Come on.
Yeah, some pyro action.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And I like that they brought back the actor that was Pyro in the other 2 X-Men movies. It's fucking awesome. And yeah, a lot of shit like that in this movie. Obviously, it's the next one? The big one is that Wesley Snipes comes back as Blade, and then so I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh, dude, the fucking Henry Cavill.
Oh, right,
that was fucking great.
Well,
that was
the
so
Cavalry.
Calvarine.
Oh yeah, the scene where he's looking for a Logan, right?
Yeah.
He needs a Logan to try to save his world or something. So he's jumping from universe.
Yeah,
because
the Logan's dead. He's dead. He was fucking with him. Let's go find this other replacement here.
Yeah, so that's great because you see a bunch of different versions of Logan too. A lot of like really familiar images of him. Never really read the comics or anything, but you see the iconic like illustrations of it, like when he had no hand and when him like on the cross, crucified on the cross and shit. These are all like really iconic images, and they're being put right on screen. And it's Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, so it's like damn. The part where he's in the yellow and brown.
The brown
He's
suit.
like, holy shit. He's like, didn't you wear that when you fought the Hulk? And then you just see him in the reflection on his claws. It's like pretty sick.
Yeah, super cool.
And then when he sees Thor, he's like, why was Thor crying? He keeps reading it. I was like, wait, why was Thor crying? Fucking fantastic. I don't know.
Thor cried for me.
He's all dying in his arms and shit. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And then the nice Wolverine to I don't know, I forget what his name was. Nice Pool, I think, or something like that. Canadian. It was super long hair.
Oh, right.
And he's like, he doesn't like to curse or whatever. But it's funny because they're like all talking to the camera and stuff, and then he's all like, I could do it too. He looks to the camera, he's like, the proposal. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that is good.
And then there was a couple of jokes I was pretty surprised were in there. Number one, that they mentioned Hugh Jackman's divorce, and that he was like cool with it or whatever. He was like, ever since the divorce, he doesn't like to take his shirt off. It's like, hey.
Right.
A little harsh.
Well, it's also kind of like a fuck you there too, right? Because at the end, where he does have the shirt off, right?
Yeah, it's like bam.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah, and then again, you get your Wesley Snipes, and then you get Jennifer Garner as Electra, which I think
which by right should be your favorite, other than Jamie Foxx. Electra. Come on.
I know, those are my namesakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you get the X-23, and then Channing Tatum finally gets to be Gambit, who's been trying to play that character for like 15 years or something. And then since Disney bought Fox, that officially killed like any development. Like he was trying to produce it for like, he was signed up and producing that movie for like many years, trying to get it made. Wasn't getting made, and then he finally gets to do it. And he's fucking hilarious as
fucking
Gambit.
Great, bro.
Instant fucking memes. He now is a very famous meme.
Right.
Like the gonna make a name for myself today.
Yeah.
Like I've already seen that used so many times for different situations. Like It's good.
That came out of my daddy's nuts ready.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, but like I don't understand your vibe, but cool.
Yeah.
And then you get a little Hooflick slight in this film. Did you love that? Did
what?
You get it?
Where? Show me.
So, well, that scene where they meet Elektra and all of them or whatever, and they are like, he says like, we need to go fight. What was her name? Cassandra Nova.
Cassandra, yeah.
And he's just like, no, like if you do that, you're gonna die. He's like, many have tried, like and fail, like the Daredevil. And then he's just like, what? Like the Daredevil's dead? And then Jennifer Gardner, who was once married to fucking Ben Affleck, is like, not a big loss. Or like, fuck him, like whatever.
Right.
And he's like, oh fuck, like she just in a giant movie dissed Affleck for leaving her for fucking J-Lo.
Wow.
Who is now divorced.
Great stuff. J-Lo will do that.
Who knew that the world would be so fascinated with Ben Affleck's fucking love life, bro?
Spicy Latina, dude. Lying.
Poor Hooflick.
Yeah.
He was, there's this very famous line that he said, or I think Matt Damon quoted him. Like, because there was when that whole J-Lo thing happened the first time and they made those movies and he kind of became a joke. Daredevil happened. So he like was really hot for a second and then he became a joke. And then he just became tabloid fucking news. And then all his movies were flopping and shit. And he told Matt Damon's like, I can sell like fuckload of magazines. Everyone's so interested in me. He's like, but I can't sell a fucking movie ticket. No one will go see my fucking movies. Right. He had to literally step away from films and start directing good movies for us to be like, all right.
He's okay. It's fine.
But yeah, Affleck.
Wow.
They got him.
Wow. No, I totally missed that. That's great. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Next time you see it, you can see that and be like, yeah, fuck you.
I'll save that clip.
Yeah. But yeah, there's so many fucking references to shit in this movie. Like, again, like, does your regular moviegoer know? Are they aware that Disney bought Fox and that whole fucking thing, you know? Like, you gotta know that shit in order to get some of these fucking jokes. You need to know, like, how many people knew who Electro was when she showed up, you know?
Or Blade,
yeah. Exactly. So one of the jokes in the movie is just like, he's like, I think Blade said something about not liking him. He's like, oh yeah, you never did. That's a fucking Blade 3 reference, because the most infamous thing about Blade 3, which is the shittiest Blade movie, the only interesting thing about it was that Wesley Snipes fucking did not like Ryan Reynolds in that movie and made shooting that movie a pain in the ass. He wouldn't want to show up. They told him like fucking action, or he would give very little fucking effort. He like was real pain in the ass for that movie. And he was straight up like didn't like Ryan Reynolds. And so like, you know, that was the weird thing, that he was going to be in the movie, because it was so public that Wesley Snipes was just like, they need to bring this guy into my movie to like, I don't know, like make it appealing to young people or whatever the fuck, you know?
Right.
So he didn't like that. And then, so they make a joke about it in the movie. It's just like, oh, I don't like you. It's like, yeah, you never did. It's just like, you need to know about the making of Blade 3 to get that fucking joke.
Right.
And I did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, I know you did. That shit, I mean, it goes over my head for sure.
Yeah.
But totally true. And that's, is Ryan Reynolds just being respectful, saying, hey, you know what? Tip of the hat too, like how you say these movies got made during the time no one gave a fuck. And the people that did now are like, oh fuck.
Blade was the first, like one of the first legitimate Marvel movies, and it was rated R. You know, that took up until this movie for there to be another fucking rated R Marvel movie.
Right.
Actually, no, there was The Punisher and the Ghost Rider movies.
Punisher was rated R?
Yeah, those movies were violent.
Yeah, but I don't think it showed much.
Yeah.
Not like this though.
Apparently, he asked him to be in it, and he said no. He said no because he said because there's already a way better Punisher. The one that was in the Netflix show, John Barenthal.
Right.
He was like, that's the best version of the Punisher. Like I wouldn't want to play him anymore because there's already a better version of him.
But that would have been great.
Would have been awesome.
Fuck, that would have been
and
really
fucking
cool.
Get Eric Bana in there as the Hulk or something,
Yeah.
or Edward Norton. Come on, Ryan. The next
be
one for the
selective,
next
yeah.
one.
Don't be too selective there, Ryan.
For the next one, okay?
He was hitting his mark. I mean, if he really, really got all of this shit done, again, this movie, it's kind of one of those too, where you're watching a superhero movie, but you kind of forget it and you just enjoy the fucking
Just in
film.
for a ride, because again, it's not like a regular movie. It's all like crazy jokes and jumping around from here to here and like fucking fight in a minivan that's fantastic.
That shit's awesome. Very cool. Right. The silly, stupid, ugly dog. That was funny.
Yeah,
all of it.
Blake
all of it.
Lively looking super fucking
And
hot.
the skin tight. Front and center.
He pulled it off. He pulled it off, man.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, what else? What else about fucking Deadpool?
Well, I think mainly just that, dude. Honestly, everything else, the story's cool. All that shit's cool. All the callbacks, I really like the end scene. Is it the post-credit scene? Yeah, where he verifies that.
Oh, right, what you see.
He's he's a gossip. I would never say that, right? It turns out he did.
He said everything. And
to
it's
the
like
exact-
super vulgar.
Super legit.
And again, it was just like great to see that actor fucking saying that stuff, where it's just like, you know what, at one point before you were Captain America, you were kind of in these kind of movies. They weren't that great or anything, and like, but it's not another teen movie and shit.
Right,
You were a vulgar boy, you were
dude.
crude.
Yeah.
And you would be making these fucking films, and like, it's good to see him fucking do that again, because like, he was great in Knives Out. I loved him in Knives Out.
That was cool.
So, like, hey, get your shit together. Stop making Apple fucking movies and make some good shit. Don't work with The Rock either. What the fuck are you
I
thinking?
know. The Rock he's losing it, man.
He lost it, dude. Unless he's making Jumanji films, they're not making money.
Right.
But yeah. What else? What else in this film? I mean, and at the end, it actually... Well, there's that cool, like, super bunch of Deadpool's fucking fight scene.
Right.
Which, had some really cool visual stuff. It's like that old boy kind of left
to
panning,
right.
left to right panning.
Catching up, falling
Yeah.
off frame.
Yeah. That was really awesome. And then you get, like, it's weird that Wolverine gets an arc in this film, and it has, like, an emotional... like an emotional ending or whatever, like it sells it and it works and it's weird. That's what I'm saying. Like, this movie is weird because it's like, it's all jokes and it's all making fun of everything, and then they somehow sneak in some heartfelt Hugh Jackman shit in there, and it's like,
Well, they keep feeding you, right, that he's a piece of shit, that he's the piece of shit Wolverine.
the worst Wolverine.
Yeah, the absolute worst. And you kind of feel bad, right? Because, I mean, again, I know the ending, and they're showing you the clip there. I really
he
like,
dies.
when they enter the thing and they're all watching it and they're all like crying, like applauding him. And it's because of that performance. I think that even though he's not playing that character, you still have to feel it. You still got to take him serious,
Yeah, well, and then you get that really touching scene with X-23 from the little girl from the first movie.
All right.
Where he's just like, dude, like, I'm not that fucking Wolverine. Like, you guys are, like, expecting too much of me. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to save the day. Like, I'm not the right guy. And she tells him, like, you never were the right guy, bro. But that's why fucking
You did it.
got shit
You did
done. And I was like, what? This fucking movie? Seriously?
Yeah, what? Before the fight scene? Really?
Yeah, just when he's decided he's out,
Right.
I'm done with you motherfuckers. I'm just gonna drink fucking whiskey,
Right.
you know?
Which ultimately is the part two, right? Because he feels so down on himself that he left his crew, and now he has the chance to do that, and he's still choosing the out. He's still choosing the latter. Still saying like, nah, you guys, fuck you guys. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And redemption comes, and
It does.
it's great.
Yeah. But anyways, Deadpool and Wolverine, it was great. It was worth the wait. It was worth fucking Jackman coming out of retirement. It was worth it for fucking Marvel, who fucking got saved by this film. We'll see if it works, or if this is a one-off and no one keeps giving a shit about the rest of the Marvel movies.
Well,
We'll see what they do with the X-Men. We got a Fantastic Four movie again, the third
God,
one,
I don't know, dude.
with Pascal in it. I mean, I love Pascal. Hopefully they fucking get their shit together, man. Give us some good movies and do something good with the X-Men, and give us another Deadpool movie. Bring Logan back. Do the right thing. Bring back Cyclops. Bring back Edward Norton.
Right.
Bring back Eric Bana. The Punisher. Let's do it right.
Robert Downey, dude.
Robert Downey, come on. Come on.
Bring him back.
Anyways, that should wrap it up for this bitch, eh?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Make sure to follow us on the social networks, on the Facebook and the Instagram, and subscribe, Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts, rate, review, give us a little bit of love out there. And, we are brought to you by Salad Bites Media each and every episode. Our producer Oz out there doing the Lord's work with all of his other shows. Check them out. Give it a Google.
Check them out.
And anyway, I think that's about it for us. You got anything, Bono?
We'll catch you in the next one.
Sayonara, Sammy.
The Electro and Banno Movie Power